Hello there, Aries. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Aries for March of 2020. Now we're 3 months into the year. For everybody who's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. Um, and then we'll pull an angel card to hopefully bring everything together for us at the end of the reading. Now I am an empath, so I have a odd speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you, makes all you Aries named Frankie, I guess, for the time of the reading. Now look at your moon sign and rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month. I don't believe these cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month, kind of like an overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us for this month, and it's a little bit odd. It's like we're going to have to stand up for ourselves in some manner, like, maybe for some of us it might be to our spouse. For others of us, it could be to the boss, maybe to a friend, things like that. Maybe, you never know what's coming on down the pike. Let's just put it that way. But if I have to stand in my power and, assert my authority in whatever manner, I want to make sure I'm meticulous this month, that I've done it, all the work, all the backup. I have my facts straight. It's going to be extremely important for some reason, so make sure that I've done all the work that I need to do. My facts are straight. If I'm asserting my authority or standing up for myself with anyone this month, I'm going to be very factual. And these cards kind of support that. We have good words. They're freedom, delight, healing, release, and peace. And I like that energy for us for this month. So I think we're going to get whatever cooperation that we need in order to stand up, or to make sure our facts are straight. So if we don't understand something, ask questions. Ask the question if we don't understand something, because it's going to become important. Our first card here is the Major Arcana, and it's the Lover's card. It's pretty bright in here today. I don't know if I can get the glare off the card for you, but this is a card of cooperation, of working together, like in a coalition with others to accomplish some kind of a joint purpose, So this is a really good thing, because it brings peace, it brings delight, it brings freedom, because we're all on the same page, for it also stands for attraction, not just the romantic kind, but any kind of attraction, where whatever we're doing requires uh, harmony, union, cooperation. Uh, it can also mean that there's a choice we're going to have to make. But this month, with this card on the bottom of the deck, it means whatever choice we make, it's going to be the right one. So that's important for us also. Um, it can mean like two or more people coming together to come together in our lives in pursuit of a common goal. It can be working on a team, things like that. It could be temporary, uh, for some kind of a specific problem solving or a specific purpose. Uh, it can mean a lot of things. This could be work thing. It could be us standing up for ourselves, with maybe with the boss, asserting our authority because we know exactly what we're talking about, because we have checked all the facts. We have, you know, um, what's those when you're sewing or whatever, you don't want to cut the pattern out wrong, that kind of energy. Make sure that we've measured everything a bunch of times, make sure we know what we're doing. It's that type of energy. I don't know. And then when we present or we get together with these people, and coordinate, everybody's on the same page because the facts are there, everything's straight. Um, and another thing I'm thinking of with this next card coming up, it's going to be really relevant. We don't go off of past information because we have the word release here, and our next card is the Five of Cups, and that's when we are like brooding over past wrongs, past losses, past disappointments, hurts, things that it's like a state of mind where we're always backwards. See, in this card here, there's three cups laying there and they're spilled. They're supposed to be spilled wine, but in this card, I don't know if I have the glare off there for you, but it looks like spilled blood instead of spilled wine. So we're looking backward on a painful past and refusing to turn around and look at these two beautiful cups that we can fill with whatever it is what we want. So our unhappiness that we're feeling is a result of our attitude. That's it. An attitude is something we can change. We can continue to brood over what went wrong, or we can turn around. Just turn around and contemplate, what can go right in our future. And while I'm thinking about that contemplating what can go right in my future really could go right because we have the Lover's card. Now, I don't know where these are coming down and what part of our lives because it could be work, it could be, well, George did this and Sally did that kind of energy, or it could be energetics of something that's really important or relevant and somebody made it. How do I want to say this? How do they want me to say it? And someone made a slip up, like a friend or something. Where was their intention at when they said what they said? And I'm still mad, and I'm mad instead of asking. You know, it's almost like a simple silliness type of energy. And I think it's going to be like that for the most of us, that simple silly versus that, why didn't I just ask the question? That was never, like never was what their particular intention was. It's that kind of weird energy that's coming off this card this month. Maybe the boss said something for some of us just off the cuff because they were having a bad day. And instead of standing up right there in the spot or asking a question, I'm looking at all that work I did and that kind of energy when it was so simple. That's the way they're saying it. It was so simple to ask a question, stand up in my authority. You're going to see the way, uh, why I'm saying it the way I am, just in a minute when I show you the next card. And then we start out with all this spilt blood back here off the page, off the chart. We've released it because I know that what the intention was. Maybe a friend said something wrong, spouse, my boss, they were having a bad day, that kind of stuff, and I just took it way too much to heart. Now, for some of us, we could be really brooding over crap that happened, and that card tells us we got a second chance, a better way forward. So take it. That's the type of energy that it is. Because our next card is us. We got the King of Swords in here, male or female, because these are general readings. So it's going to be Gemini, Libra. Oops, not us, sorry. This is us asserting our authority. I said that backward. Spirit just stopped me. This is us asserting our authority. So it's going to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius type energy. Some of us are going to be asked to step up into this energy this month. Instead of being like the Page of Swords, we're going to be the King of Swords. For others of us, this is someone outside of us that's going to come in. Maybe some of us had a break in the past with someone, and now it's time for us, because there's 3 people cards in this reading, and it's time for us to move on and move past it. Now, this is strong, powerful energy. It's air energy, male or female. This is a person. If it's a person in our life, and we're not the ones standing up and acting, because we need maybe to act as if this is where we are asserting our authority. This is someone with power and authority and the ability to use force, but they only use force if necessary, okay? So the way I feel about this, um, it's like it has to do with a mental process. If it's a person, it can represent someone who's into mental work. You know, someone we might have to call forward, like a professional researcher, a lawyer. And we do have that 5 of Cups, brooding over past stuff. We might have to, some of us may have to get a lawyer. This could be a military officer. It's that kind of energy, maybe police officer. It's somebody who is a good counsel. And the words are, they have acute mental clarity, which means they have the gift of thinking clearly and rapidly, and they are able to express their thoughts. And I think the word is with considerable eloquence. So that kind of energy. So if it's not a person, for those of us that it's not the lawyer, or we need something researched, professional researcher. So if it's not a person, it's a situation that we're going to be in where these qualities are called for, which is that meticulousness, right? Um, it also can mean that we're on a big verge of a really big spiritual breakthrough for some of us too. Maybe releasing all the crap and chaos, aggravation in our past. For others of us, it may mean moving forward, right? From moving forward from a very difficult past where the energy was really rough on us, and we're severing it now, and we're not going to look back. We're going to look forward to what is going to go right in our future. Because if we go back to that original message, it's like stand up. Stand up for ourselves. There's certain things we have to do, and we're going to do them this month. And we're going to bring others together with us, right, that are going to help us in this manner also. Because we have 2 more people cards coming up here. We got the Page of Cups next. So these, for some of us, this could be new partnerships, making decisions between new partnerships. I love the Page of Cups because he looks down, he or she, and this is going to be water energy. It'll be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energetics, but I love it because looking at it, it's like the rabbit out of the hat, the magician. The Page of Cups is staring at the fish coming out of the cup, and it's like, oh my God, what have I done? How wonderful, So it can be a younger person than us. Like I told you, the energy, it's going to be water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, male or female, but they're bringing us a message about love, It could be an engagement, and it could be an engagement, a wedding, some kind of situation, where there's some type of emotional risk, because cup energy is emotional energy. It, it's exciting yet scary at the exact same time. Could be like a sudden elopement, maybe for myself, or maybe one of my kids comes home and says, "Guess what, Mom, Dad, guess what? I'm getting married tomorrow," or "I just got engaged." Things like that type of energy. Last month was Valentine's Day. Maybe for some of us it's all, maybe, oops, got my elbow on my angel cards here and they all fallen on the table. Some of us, it could be the kid coming home with this, like, "I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that." But it's always loving, it's always a good energy. If it's not a person, right? It's something that we are willing, no matter what, to there's an idea in our head, and we are willing to take the emotional risk on it, right? And nobody's going to stop us because we feel as if it's going to work out, and no one will stop us from using this kind of energy. So it's really like almost immature, but at the same token, like really intriguing and exciting. Oh God, I'm scared as crap, but I'm doing it. I'm going to do it anyhow. So maybe some of us may just walk away from the bus because we said, "Hey, bud, I'm not taking that anymore," or a partner, and I'm going to go forward and I'm going to be happy no matter what. Because this is something that we're going to do no matter what. For some of us, it could be a creative idea that's coming into my angel cards are sliding in a pile right across, knocking everything in. I got this little teeny space. It's probably about 8 inches long I'm working in, and everything's underneath my elbows. Now, our next energy here is another people card, Page of Pentacles. Could be some of us might want to go back to school. Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. If it's another person, some of us may be making a choice between two different new relationships. Others of us maybe making a choice to go back to school. You know, the past is past, the end of it, because this is called the card of the scholar, and this is when your nose is in the book so far that you walk into the wall because you don't care. This is a message about a message regarding the acquisition of money. This particular. So for some of us, we may be going through a divorce, and that could be the energetics of the alimony, the child support, that kind of stuff. It can be money or material goods, and it's really good news when the Page of Pentacles comes. So it's someone who's intelligent, sensitive, refined, sometimes appreciative of the good life, ambitious, goal oriented. If it doesn't represent a person, though, it means that we, in our own worldly ambitions, right, or a message concerning them, that is very good news. So I don't know if this is in our lives, like romantic life for some of us. Some of us, this could be in our work life. Some of us may be just going to school to upgrade our skills, that kind of junk. But the one thing I know, based on all of it, one thing I know is it's going to give us that word, freedom and peace, because we were meticulous, right? I forgot how to say that. When you make sure you measure things, measure them so you don't have to redo and go back and measure, like if you're sewing or cutting wood or things like that. Very meticulous action this month. And then everything comes on board. And the card under here is the Seven of Pentacles. And that's when we've worked really hard and it's time to reap our harvest. You know, this is kind of exciting. We're going to be really happy about it. Exciting yet scary, right? And then at the same token, good news about financial affairs. And instead standing up in this type of energy like the King of Swords, using can using force, but only if necessary. This can go to war, but does not go unless necessary. It's mature judgment and not staying back in the past. It's, to me, I think this is a really exciting month, and whatever way this goes, we're going to be delighted with it. It's going to heal us. We're going to release what's no longer suitable and come into that step forward in freedom and in peace from here on out. And I think March, I think, is when our birthday month begins. I'm not an astrologer, so none of that actually stays in my head. So it's like a fresh start, you know? We're the middle or towards the end of March and then into April, our birthday month. So it would be the start of our cycle. And it seems like it's starting out well and good with everybody on the same page. And I love it for us. I don't know whether it's our work or if it's going to be in, maybe a relationship energy and then on to the next one, because these are just general readings, but that's where it's standing, and it feels strong, it feels powerful, and it feels good for us this month. Well, Aries, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them. I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or go neb about me, or if you want to set an appointment with me, all the information's in the About section down below the screen at the website. And there's 2 short videos over there that explain the prayer class I put out for you and the suture classes I put out there for you guys. The prayer class is 2.5 hours long, and the video explains it. It tells you how and why you format prayers the way you do. And the suture classes are simple thought forms. Takes 5 minutes a day. It enhances clear perceptions, but there's 2 videos over there that explain them. So to all of you I've met through 4 whole years of doing YouTube videos, and everybody I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you, it's been an honor, privilege, a joy, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.